I never really cared what people thought of me. Playboy, useless rich kid, someone who wastes life. I heard it all. At first, I shrugged. My world was small. Just me, Lena, and a few people who actually mattered. I thought that was enough. Until today, I walked into the courtyard, the sun hitting my eyes, the chatter of students buzzing like static. Then I saw them. Lena, laughing, pressed against Aiden like he owned her. And the worst part? Everyone was watching. I stopped mid-step, my throat tight. Lena, my voice sounded foreign, broken. She turned, eyes wide, but not the way she used to look at me. There was guilt, yes, but mixed with something else. Pride, excitement. I can't do this anymore, she said, voice shaking. I blinked. Do what? My mind refused to process it. This pretending, she whispered. Pretending I'm happy with you? I'm done. I laughed, bitter, dry. Done? You're what? With him? My gaze flicked to Aiden, who smirked like a king surveying his kingdom. Yeah, she said. Her hand grazed his arm, deliberately slow. You're serious? I asked. My heart hammered, chest tight. Aiden finally looked at me, his smirk widening. I guess the rumors were true. The useless playboy finally notices his girlfriend leaving. I gritted my teeth. Aiden, stay out of this. Or what? He shrugged. I'm the hero here, remember? Everyone loves me. Everyone. Paused, his smirk cruel. Except you. I wanted to say something clever, punch him where it hurt, but my words froze. I realized something terrifying. I had no weapon here. Not yet. Lena stepped closer, her eyes on mine. I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you, but I can't stay. I laughed again, but it sounded hollow, jagged. Sorry, you're leaving me for him, and you call that sorry? Don't make me explain. Her voice cracked. I turned to walk away. Every step was heavy, as if I carried the weight of every insult, every rumor, every laugh behind my back. I could hear Aiden's voice trailing. Go cry somewhere, playboy. We all knew your time would end. My chest burned, but I didn't stop. I didn't turn back. Not yet. That night, I sat in my room, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment. Every laugh, every touch, every lie. Maya's face appeared in my memory. You're stronger than they think, she had said last week, smiling like she saw the real me. I wished she were here. I whispered into the darkness. I'll never let anyone walk over me again. Tried calling Lena. No answer. Messages ignored. Aiden's name appeared on every social feed, every conversation, like he had swallowed my world whole. I wanted to scream, but no sound came. The betrayal wasn't just about her. It was about everything I had believed. The image they forced on museless, spoiled, weak, wasn't true. And yet, it felt like truth right now. I thought about confronting him, shoving the truth in his smug face. But I was shaking, not with fear, exactly, but with something else, something raw. Rage. And beneath that clarity, I remembered a day from childhood, long ago. Maya and I had been caught in a storm, drenched and laughing. She had looked at me and said, "You're stronger than the world, even if you don't know it yet." Back then, it was just a joke, a comfort. Now, it felt like a prophecy. I pulled out my phone and stared at the blank screen. No messages, no apologies, just silence. That silence was my fuel. I wasn't crying anymore, not really. I was thinking, planning, watching, waiting. Aiden thought he had one. Everyone thought I was nothing, but I felt it deep in my chest, like a fire igniting. They had made a mistake thinking I couldn't rise from this. That mistake would cost them. I finally got out of bed and paced. Tomorrow, I muttered to myself. Tomorrow, I start. I didn't know exactly how. I didn't know if revenge, justice, or exposure would come first. But I knew one thing: I would no longer be their plaything, their joke, their target. I would take back control. And when I did, they'd understand exactly who I was. Lena, Aiden, all of them. they would see. I clenched my fists. The fire inside me wasn't just anger anymore. It was purpose. And I realized something terrifyingly beautiful. I was no longer afraid. The night stretched on. The world outside slept, but I felt awake like never before. Every plan, every thought, every whispered promise sharpened like a blade. I wasn't broken. Not anymore. I was awakening, and when they saw me next, I would be someone else entirely. Someone dangerous, someone unstoppable, someone they would never forget. I didn't sleep much. My mind kept replaying Lena's words, Aiden's smirk, the whispers, the stares. Playboy useless, pathetic. Everyone had their version of me, and I realized something I'd never fought it. Never corrected it. Maybe I had thought it didn't matter. Maybe I was too tired. Or maybe I just didn't care. Until now, I walked into school the next morning and immediately felt it. Whispers, pointed glances, giggles. There he is. Poor kid, did you see what Lena did? Aiden's the hero, as usual, stayed silent. I walked past them like a ghost. Then Aiden appeared, leaning casually against the wall, arms crossed. Hey everyone, he said, loud enough for the crowd to hear. Don't worry. Our dear Playboy won't hurt anyone anymore. Everything's fine. I stopped, looked at him, and said, Flat, you always loved talking for other people, didn't you? He smirked. I care about the school. Someone has to protect people from people like you. Protect them from me? I scoffed. Or protect yourself from being exposed. He blinked, then chuckled, shrugging. You're paranoid. Just accept it. People love me. You're forgettable. I wanted to punch him. Instead, I let the words sink in, letting my anger sharpen like a blade. Then Evan showed up, trying to look casual. Yo, man, hey. I didn't answer. I didn't even glance at him. Come on, don't be like that. Look, I need to be honest, he said, voice low. I knew about Lena and Aiden. I froze. You what? I knew. I saw them together last week, he admitted, avoiding my eyes. I didn't say anything. I thought, I don't know, I didn't think you'd care. Or maybe I thought it would blow over. I laughed, sharp and bitter. You didn't think I'd care? Evan, you've been lying to me this whole time? Pretending to be my friend? He swallowed hard. I didn't want to make things worse. Worse. I spat. Worse than what? Being humiliated in front of everyone? Losing Lena? Watching Aiden strut around like a king? My voice shook. You call that protecting me? I didn't know how to help. His voice cracked. I thought maybe if I stayed quiet, it would be easier for everyone. Easier for who? I demanded. Not me. Not me, Evan. He went quiet. Good. Let him feel it. Mrs. Hale passed by then, glancing at me with something almost like concern. Everything all right, Alex? I shrugged, keeping my face neutral. Fine, ma'am. She nodded slowly, then walked on. I wanted to tell her everything. About Lena, Aiden, Evan, and how everyone had used me like a puppet. But I couldn't. Not here. Not yet. I walked to class, feeling the weight of every gaze, every whisper, every lie. And I realized something. This Playboy mask, it wasn't mine. I never chose it. Everyone assumed I was careless, arrogant, worthless, and I didn't stop them. Maybe I didn't fight because I was tired. Maybe because I was scared. Or maybe because I didn't care. But now it made my blood boil. After class, Evan caught up to me again. Alex, listen. I'm sorry. I save it, I snapped. Your apologies don't fix anything. You knew and you did nothing. That's your choice. Don't make it my problem. I didn't know what to do. I wasn't brave like you, he said quietly. I stopped and stared at him. Brave? Do you know what bravery looks like? It's standing when you're broken. It's making people respect you when they think they can step all over you. That's not me yet, but it will be. He looked at me, mouth open, eyes wide. He didn't know whether to argue or run. I didn't care. That night I stared at my ceiling, the weight of the day pressing down. Lena's laughter with Aiden, Evan's betrayal, the stares, the whispers. They all played in my mind like a broken record. But the anger wasn't aimless anymore. It had focus. It had clarity. "I will not be forgotten," I muttered. My fists clenched. "I will not be weak. I will not be the joke they all think I am." My phone buzzed. "Lena." I ignored it. I wasn't ready. Not tonight. Not until I knew exactly what I wanted. I remembered Maya's words from long ago, echoing in my head. "You're stronger than they think. You just have to remember it." Yeah, I remembered the mask they forced on me. I would use it. They think I'm shallow, careless, weak. Fine, let them think it. They'll find out soon enough that the mask hides more than they could ever imagine. Tomorrow, the game begins, and when I rise, they'll wish they never underestimated me. I didn't know how yet. I didn't know the exact moves, but I knew one thing. If they thought I was nothing, I'd give them a reason to fear me. I clenched my fists again. The fire inside me burned hotter than the betrayal, louder than the whispers. And for the first time since everything fell apart, I felt alive. The mask wasn't just theirs. Soon, it would be mine. The rumors hit me like a wave I couldn't dodge. Everywhere I went, whispers followed. He begged her not to leave him. Alex threatened Aiden. Poor Playboy can't handle rejection. I stopped in the hallway, hands clenching. I knew it was coming, but hearing it still burned. Kira. I spotted her by the lockers, gossiping like always. "You're enjoying this too much, aren't you?" She glanced up, smirk curling her lips. "What? I'm just telling the truth. You looked desperate yesterday." Stepped closer, voice low, controlled. "Do you even know what the truth is? Or are you just repeating what Aiden fed you?" Her smirk faltered. "Aiden? That's rich coming from you, Playboy. Everyone saw you chasing Lena yesterday." I let the silence hang for a moment. Did you hear it from her or from him? Kira blinked, unsure. Well, and maybe both. I walked away, ignoring the sting. Their lies were poison, but I felt something strange, cold clarity. Then Lena appeared at the end of the hallway, pretending she didn't see me. I caught her wrist gently. "Lena," I said, voice quiet but steady. She flinched. "What do you want?" "Something simple," I said. "I need to know, was I ever enough for you?" Her gaze dropped. She hesitated, voice soft. "I don't know. I echoed, heart tightening but not breaking. "You left me. You chose him." She looked away, stubborn and guilty all at once. "It's complicated." "Complicated?" I let a humorless laugh escape. "You left me for someone who never cared about me? And you call it complicated?" She swallowed. "I didn't want to hurt you like this." I didn't. I shook my head. "Stop. Don't justify it. I don't need your excuses. I just needed the truth." She stayed silent, guilt eating her from the inside out. Before I could say more, Aiden appeared, smirking like he always did. Well, the poor boy, trying to lecture my girl," he said. "Sad. Stay out of it," I said calmly, stepping past him. He blocked my path. "Or what? You'll cry?" "Beg me." I didn't answer. I walked away, slowly, deliberately. Not because I was weak, but because he needed lies to feel strong. That's when it clicked. If he needed stories to win, if his power relied on people believing his lies, he was weak. That realization warmed me more than anger ever could. Later, saw Jordan, Aiden's loyal shadow leaning against the lockers. He spotted me and stiffened. "Jordan," I said, voice casual, "what's new today?" He shifted, uncomfortable. "Nothing. Just school." I studied him. Nervous, fidgeting, desperate to belong. "Do you enjoy being his pawn?" I asked softly. "What?" "No," he swallowed. You know how it is." I nodded slowly. "Yeah, I know how it is." I let it linger. People underestimate the quiet ones, the broken ones, the ones they think they can push around. That's their mistake. By lunch, the rumors were spreading faster. Every table I passed, every group of students I saw, words like pathetic and crazy floated around. Yet inside, I felt almost numb, not hurt numb, and focused. That's when Kira approached again, holding her phone like a trophy. Alex, people are talking. You need to respond. Respond? I raised an eyebrow. And say what? That their hero is a liar? She shrugged. You don't get it. You can't just stay silent. People need proof. I smiled faintly. Proof, that's a thought. Every glance, every conversation I overheard, every lie I uncovered, I stored. I wasn't reacting yet. I was watching, learning, planning. Even Lena, even Kira, even Evan, they were all pieces on a board. And I wasn't moving blindly. I wasn't desperate. I was calculating by the end of the day I had more pieces than I realized. I knew who feared Aiden, who followed blindly, and who was quietly observing like me. Maya's voice echoed in my head. You're stronger than they think. Yeah, stronger. I wasn't broken. Not anymore. Not in a way they could see. I stayed in the library after school, notebook open, scribbling names, behaviors, patterns. They all have weaknesses, I muttered to myself, and I'll find them. Every whisper, every rumor, every lie was fuel. I let it sink in. My anger had transformed into something sharper, quieter, more precise. It wasn't about revenge yet. Not fully, but about watching, understanding, and preparing. If people thought I was a broken Playboy, they were about to learn how dangerous the underestimated could be, and when the time came, they wouldn't see it coming. Noticed things today that everyone else seemed to ignore. Aiden disappearing near the school office. Quick, suspicious movements. I watched him slide an envelope into his bag. Cash? School fund money? I didn't know yet, but I filed it away in my mind. Then there was Lena. I saw her after class, sitting alone on the bleachers, her hands covering her face. She wasn't crying over me, not exactly, but something about her looked hollow. And Jordan Aiden's shadow, his loyal fool, was nervous. Sweat on his forehead, eyes darting every which way. Something was off, and I intended to find out what. I lingered near the hallway, pretending to tie my shoe. I heard voices. Low, sharp. Do you want people to find out, Jordan? Aiden hissed. One word, and I'll ruin you. Don't test me. Understand? I froze. Aiden's tone not fake. Serious. He had been threatening Jordan to cover for him. The pieces clicked in my head. His perfect halo, it was fragile. For the first time, I felt a taste of control. Later, I met Maya at our usual cafe. She slid into the booth across from me, eyes sharp. You're quiet today, she said, stirring her coffee. What's going on? I shrugged, keeping my voice casual. Nothing. Just school stuff. She raised an eyebrow. Don't lie. I can see through it. Wanted to say nothing. Instead, I muttered, it's complicated. Complicated? She repeated. You're Alex. You don't do complicated. You do direct. Spill. I hesitated. I can't, not yet. It's messy. She leaned forward, hand on mine. I've known you forever. You don't get messy. You get screwed over. So tell me, who's lying? Who's screwing you? I swallowed. Aiden? He's not who everyone thinks. I saw him today, threatening Jordan, using people, and everyone believes him. Even the principal. Her eyes narrowed. Aiden, our golden boy. He's fake? How long? I ran a hand through my hair. Long enough. And Lena, she's involved in ways I didn't want to see. Everyone's lying to everyone. And I've been watching, collecting. Maya's grip tightened on my hand. You can't do this alone. You need someone who sees what's real. I'll help you, shook my head. No, I can't involve you. It's dangerous. I'll handle it. Alex, you're human. You can't handle it alone. I've seen you break. I looked down, jaw tight. Maybe, but I can't risk you getting hurt. This isn't just about me. Her eyes softened, unwavering. I don't care. I'm helping. You don't have to like it. You just have to accept it, I sighed. Part of me wanted to argue, wanted to push her away. But another part knew she was right. Fine, I muttered, almost under my breath. Okay, but we do it my way. Careful, step by step. She smiled, a small, determined curve. Step by step, that's all we need. You're not alone anymore. The next day, I saw Principal Ward in his office talking to Aiden. The principal's voice was light, almost admiring. Excellent work today, Aiden. Everyone appreciates what you do for the school. I clenched my fists. They trusted him blindly. They saw his halo, but not the shadow beneath. I kept walking, pretending to look at my phone while noting every gesture, every slip, every tiny crack in Aiden's facade. Later, I found Jordan alone near the lockers, head down. Jordan, I said softly. He jumped. Alex, hi. I didn't smile. You're nervous. Care to tell me why? His eyes darted. I don't know what you mean. I leaned closer. Aiden threatened you, didn't he? Today, he swallowed hard. Yes. But you can't. Don't tell anyone. I won't. Not yet, I said. But remember this. People who rely on lies, they're weak. You see the cracks? You exploit them. I will. He nodded, too scared to speak. Good. Let him stew in fear. By the time I got home, the fire in me had grown hotter. I had allies now, Maya. People watching, slipping details when I noticed. And most importantly, I had proof Aiden wasn't untouchable. I stared at my ceiling that night. Step by step, I whispered. Observe, collect, strike. I wasn't alone. And for the first time in weeks, I felt a flicker of hope. Control, power, something that had been missing. Aiden might think he had everyone fooled. He might think he was untouchable. But the first crack in his halo, I'd seen it. And when I acted, he wouldn't know what hit him. I met Maya after school, our usual spot at the cafe. The smell of coffee didn't comfort me today. It was just a background noise while my mind raced. So what's the plan? She asked, stirring her latte. We gather proof, I said. Anything I can use to expose him. Anything he's done behind everyone's backs. Her eyes narrowed. That's a lot. You sure you can handle it? I have to, I muttered. Or he keeps winning. Or worse, he keeps hiding while everyone believes him. We started with Riley, a small kid who'd always sat in the back of class. He looked like he wanted to disappear into the floor when I approached. Riley, I said softly, I know what he's been doing. You don't have to be scared anymore. His hands trembled. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not here to get you in trouble. I want the truth, I said. Tell me what happened. He hesitated, then handed me his phone. Messages, voice recordings. He threatened me if I told anyone about the grades he changed or the fund he stole. Every word felt like a key turning in a lock. Aiden's perfect image cracking. You're brave, I said, handing his phone back. I'll make sure you're safe, but you have to trust me. He nodded, swallowing hard. I do. We left the cafe, and I felt something strange, a little power, a little fear. Revenge doesn't feel like victory. It's like walking a thin wire over fire. One wrong step and everything falls apart. Later, Evan showed up at the cafe. Alex. Hey man. I didn't let him finish. Go away, Evan. I just wanted to help. I see he's losing control now, he said, desperation in his eyes. Too late, I said coldly. You had your chance. You chose to watch while I got crushed. I don't need you now. His face fell. Alex, please no, I said firmly. Not this time. Not ever again. After he left, Lena appeared. I froze for a second before collecting myself. Alex, she said softly, can we talk? I looked at her, but didn't move. I'm listening. I made a mistake. I don't, I interrupted. Not now. Not ever. Not until I decide what I want from you. I just wanted a chance to explain. I don't need explanations. I need proof, I said. And I'm focused elsewhere right now. Don't waste your breath. She looked conflicted, eyes searching mine. But I stayed distant, unwavering. Rumors were starting to shift. I could hear them in the hallways. "Did you see Aiden today? Something's off. I think he's hiding something." Whispers like tiny sparks. I smiled faintly to myself. Let them talk. Let them watch. Aiden is slipping, and everyone thinks they understand him. They don't. Not yet. Dean Collins passed me in the hallway, frowning. "Alex, I hope you're focusing on your work. Don't get distracted by school gossip." "Yes, sir," I said. Inside, I was already thinking of the next step, how to keep gathering evidence, how to make sure each piece counted. Maya met me outside after classes. "You okay?" she asked. I nodded slowly. "I'm managing, but it's getting real now. I feel the weight of it." "You're stronger than you think," she said, "and braver than you give yourself credit for." "I feel powerful," I admitted, "and scared. Every step feels like walking on a blade. One misstep, and it all comes crashing down." She smiled faintly. "Then step carefully. Don't rush. You have the advantage. He doesn't even know you're aware." I watched Aiden across the street, laughing with Jordan and a few others. Everything seems normal to them, right? But I knew better. I saw the cracks, the shadows in their smiles. Back at home, I replayed Riley's messages in my head. Threats, manipulation. Lise won a piece of Aiden's perfect image that could crumble with a single push. I clenched my fists. "Step carefully," I whispered. "Observe, gather, strike. One wrong move, and it's over. One right move, and the truth comes out." Maya's words echoed. "You're stronger than they think. Braver than you believe." I wasn't broken. Not anymore. Not for them. Aiden might think he's untouchable. He might think he's the hero. But he's a man walking strings over shadows. I'm starting to see the end of his performance. I sat back, taking a deep breath. The whispers, the lies, the rumors, they were fuel now. I was ready to turn it all into something they couldn't ignore, and when I acted, no one would see it coming. Chapter 6. When heroes fall, I walked into the cafeteria and froze. Aiden was shouting at Jordan, red-faced and furious, his hands slamming against the table. "You idiot. How could you let them see that?" He barked. Jordan's hands trembled. I didn't. "Don't lie to me," Aiden yelled. "Do you want everyone to know how weak you are? How pathetic." Whispers rippled through the cafeteria. Phones came out. Students started recording. Everyone wanted a piece of this. I felt a strange calm settle over me. Finally, his mask slipping in front of everyone. Jordan flinched. I can't do this anymore." His voice broke. "I'm tired of covering for you, Aiden." Aiden froze, eyes wide. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying you're a fraud," Jordan shouted. "You've been lying, cheating, stealing from the school fund, threatening people. Everyone's afraid of you." But not anymore. A silence fell. The cafeteria went still. Phones pointed, eyes wide. Aiden's face twisted in disbelief. I stepped forward. "It's true," I said calmly, voice steady. "All of it. The lies, the threats, the scams." Jordan spoke the truth. "You've been manipulating everyone for years. You made people afraid while pretending to be their hero." The room went silent. My own heart pounded, but my voice didn't shake. Not once. Aiden's face turned crimson. You're just jealous. A jealous playboy trying to ruin me." "I'm not jealous," I said, meeting his eyes. "I'm done being ignored, done being lied about. I'm done watching people like you pretend to be something you're not." The cafeteria was electric with tension. Phones buzzed. Students whispered, eyes darting between us. Then Maya stepped forward, holding her phone. "And here's your proof," she said, voice strong. She played the recordings of Aiden threatening Riley, Jordan, and others, along with the messages he sent to cover his scams. The room fell silent. Every word was a hammer against Aiden's carefully built image. His mouth opened and closed, searching for words, finding none. "Impossible," he muttered, voice shaking. No one, you thought you could control everyone, I said, stepping closer. You thought your hero image made you untouchable. But people see now, the truth always comes out. Lena stood at the back, pale and shaking, her hands covering her mouth. I noticed the guilt in her eyes, the fear. She wanted to speak, but I didn't let her. Not yet. Aiden pointed at me, his voice rising. This is all your fault. You've been trying to ruin me since the beginning. I raised a hand. No, Aiden, this is your fault. Every choice, every lie, every threat, it's yours. I didn't ruin you. You ruined yourself. His breathing was ragged. Jordan straightened, finally free of the weight he'd carried for so long. I'm done being afraid of you, he said, and neither is anyone else. The recordings continued playing, and every student in the cafeteria could hear the lies, the manipulation, the threats. Faces fell. Murmurs turned into whispers of disbelief. Aiden's confidence crumbled. He took a step back, hands shaking. This isn't fair. You can't. I shook my head. Life isn't fair, Aiden. You treated people unfairly for years. Now you're seeing the consequences. Lena's eyes met mine, wide and terrified. She swallowed hard. I could see her realizing the full impact of her choices, standing by someone who built his life on lies. I felt something strange. Strength, clarity, control. For the first time, I wasn't just reacting. I was shaping the moment. Every word I spoke, every look I gave, carried weight. Maya's phone played the last message. Aiden froze, realizing there was no way to deny it anymore. Every lie, every threat, every carefully hidden scam was out in the open. You, he whispered. You'll pay for this, I smiled faintly. No, Aiden, you'll pay for yourself. The crowd was buzzing now, murmuring, recording, whispering. People who had worshipped him just yesterday were staring at the man he really was. I stepped back and watched, letting it sink in. His image, his power, his control, crumbling before my eyes. For the first time since everything fell apart, I felt alive, not because of revenge, not because of power, but because truth had finally broken through. And for the first time, I saw fear in Aiden's eyes. The announcement came over the loudspeaker, calm but heavy. Due to recent events, an investigation into school conduct is underway. Students involved will face consequences. I felt a strange calm. Finally, the truth had been spoken. And now the institution was catching up. By the end of the day, the consequences were clear. Aiden had been suspended, removed from all leadership roles, and banned from student activities. Jordan had punishment too, though less severe. When he saw me in the hallway, he approached, hesitant. Alex, he said, voice low. I want to thank you. For ending it, for letting me see I don't have to live in fear anymore. I nodded, a small smile tugging at my lips. You did the hard part, Jordan. You spoke up. I just made sure the truth got heard. He hesitated, then offered a weak grin. Still, thank you. Really. I turned and walked away, feeling a weight lift off my chest. Even Jordan had a chance to be free of Aiden's shadow now. Lena found me next, standing by the edge of the courtyard, avoiding most of the celebrating crowd. Her eyes were red, and she held her hands tightly. Alex, please, can we talk? She asked, voice trembling. I looked at her, steady. Go ahead. I'm sorry, she whispered, almost breaking. I should have never. You chose him, I said, voice calm but firm. When I needed you most, you chose him. That's all you need to know. She swallowed hard, shaking. I didn't realize You realized too late, I said softly. And now, you see the cost. You feel it. Good. Her shoulders slumped, tears falling freely. Alex, I shook my head. Don't. This isn't about apologies anymore. It's about understanding the consequences of your choices. That's all. She collapsed into herself, broken and quiet. I didn't comfort her. Not this time. She had learned her lesson the hard way later. Aiden appeared at the side of the school, approaching me with that same false confidence he always tried to carry. Alex, can we talk? Just us? he asked, voice low, almost pleading. I crossed my arms, watching him carefully. What do you want, Aiden? He stepped closer, eyes darting nervously. Listen, we're not so different. You and I, we both know how to take what we want. We're the same kind of guy. Don't you see that? I studied him, cold and steady. For the first time, I saw him clearly. Weak, scared, power-hungry, desperate. He wasn't strong. Not really. Not like he thought he was. I don't think that at all, I said firmly. You're nothing like me. You build your walls on fear and lies. I build mine on truth and control. That's the difference. His eyes widened slightly. Alex, come on, we could… No, I interrupted. I'm done with you. I've watched too long. I've listened to too many lies. I've let you take too much. Now I choose me. He opened his mouth, faltering, trying to manipulate, trying to trap me like always. But I didn't respond. I didn't flinch. I didn't care about his words anymore. I turned and walked away, hearing his frustrated voice fade behind me. He was powerless. I was finally free. That night, I sat on the balcony of my room, staring at the city lights. The memories came: Lena's betrayal, Aiden's lies, Evan's betrayal, the fear, the whispers, the shame. I traced it all in my mind, every cut and bruise, every sleepless night, every moment of doubt. And then I traced everything I'd gained: my strength, my control, my clarity, my understanding, my allies, my courage, my voice, my ability to act and not just react. I thought about Jordan, finally free of fear. I thought about Riley, safe to speak the truth. I thought about Maya, who had refused to let me be alone. And I thought about myself. I had chosen me, and it was terrifying, yes. But it was beautiful too. I leaned back, letting the cool night air wash over me. I realized something I hadn't before. Betrayal always comes with a price, but so does strength. And finally, I understood both. No more running, no more hiding, no more pretending. I would move forward, carrying the scars, but also the lessons. I would act with control, with precision, with thought. And when someone tried to cross me again, I would be ready. Tonight, I let myself breathe. Tonight, I let myself feel the power of walking away from the past. The cost of betrayal and the victory of choosing myself. Tomorrow, the world would wake, and I would step into it unbroken, unafraid, unstoppable. For the first time in a long time, I felt whole. The halls were quiet today. Not completely, but quieter than before. Rumors had done their work. Aiden's name no longer carried weight. Students whispered, but now it was fear, suspicion, and disbelief. Not admiration. I walked through the cafeteria, past the empty seat where he used to command attention. I caught a few glances, hesitant, respectful, wary. I smiled faintly. Alex, Maya called from the corner, waving me over. I sat across from her. Looks like karma's finally doing its job, I said lightly. She grinned. Slowly, but surely. People are finally seeing him for what he really is. I nodded. I watched him crumble. It was satisfying. Not because I wanted revenge, but because the truth came out. That's enough, Maya leaned forward. And you? How do you feel? People aren't calling you a playboy anymore. I shrugged, letting a faint smirk cross my face. I never was a playboy. That's what made it so easy for them to underestimate me. Now they know I'm someone they can't ignore. She raised an eyebrow. Even fear a little. I chuckled. Maybe not fear like terror, but respect. And respect is better than admiration built on lies. The courtyard felt different when I walked through it. The spot where Lena had betrayed me, where Aiden had stood like a king, it was empty now. I remembered every moment: the whispers, the stares, the betrayal, the anger, the silent promises I made to myself. I let the memories wash over me, not with pain, but with understanding. Alex, Maya said softly, "You've changed. Stronger, smarter, more awake." I had to, I replied, or I would have stayed broken forever. She smiled, reaching across the table to squeeze my hand. and I believed in you when no one else did. That hasn't changed. I looked at her, gratitude and warmth in my chest. Thank you. For everything. For believing, for pushing, for standing by me. You did the work, she said. I just helped you see it. I nodded. Time to rebuild. Focus on my own goals, my dreams. Not anyone else's expectations. Not anyone else's lies. Exactly, Maya agreed. You've earned this chance. Don't waste it. I left the cafe, the weight of the past finally lifting. Every hallway, every empty glance, every whisper of respect reminded me that I was no longer the boy they underestimated. At the school courtyard, I paused at the same spot where it had all begun: the betrayal, the humiliation, the empty space where Aiden once ruled. I whispered to myself, quiet but steady. They thought I was nothing. But I took back everything they tried to steal from me. The wind brushed against my face, carrying away the echoes of the past. I felt light, free, in control. Maya joined me silently. Feels different, doesn't it? She said, it does, I admitted. No more masks. No more pretending, just me. And that's enough. She smiled, her eyes reflecting the same belief she always had in me. More than enough. I took a deep breath, looking around the courtyard. Empty benches, silent laughter in the distance, the sun casting long shadows across the ground. Everything felt like it belonged to me now. Not in a possessive way, but in a way that meant I had claimed my life back. You ready for the next step? Maya asked, playful but serious. I nodded. Yeah, next step is mine to choose. I've learned who I am, and I'm not letting anyone take that away again, she laughed softly. And no one can. You're untouchable now, Alex. In a good way. I smiled. Untouchable, maybe. Or just prepared. That's enough. We walked side by side, leaving the empty courtyard behind. Every step felt lighter, freer. Every glance back reminded me of how far I'd come. I didn't look for Lena. I didn't look for Evan. I didn't need anyone else to validate me. This was my life now, my choices, my victories, my control. And for the first time in a long time, I felt whole. The sun dipped lower, casting warm light across the school grounds. I inhaled deeply, savoring the moment. No more games. No more lies. No more masks. I had risen from betrayal, from heartbreak, from lies. And now, everything was mine to build, mine to shape. I glanced at Maya, who smiled knowingly, then looked forward. Together, we walked into the rest of our lives. Leaving the shadows behind, I whispered once more, just to myself, but loud enough to feel it echo in my chest. They thought I was nothing. But I took back everything they tried to steal from me. This time I meant it.